Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Traderscale Success Stories. Today, we are joined by Daniel Staniland, and this is again, guys, this is an interview series where real traders share their habits, mindset shifts, and the routines that help them grow into successful traders. So, if you want to get there, this is the one for you. So, today we've got, like I said, Daniel Staniland, and he's learned to master the game of trading, or if
Yeah.
not, he's getting there at least. So. Tell us a bit about yourself, Daniel. Where are you from and how old are you?
So my name's Daniel Staniland. I'm 37. I'm from Derby.
Derby. Nice. I've been to Derby actually. My friend works for Rolls Royce. I've
That's
been.
where I work.
Oh, is it? Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know a guy called Dave Phillips?
Dave Phillips. What? Well, because it's like a hospital. It's a big place, so
Yeah.
it could be anywhere on the site.
Yeah. So Dave and
Yeah.
Katie Phillips, they both work there. She works in the law part of it, and he works in the aerospace engineering department. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. They will be across the road. That's civil. I
oh,
work on the casting facility. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So how much have you been paid out with Traderscale? Let's get the elephant out of the room.
Well, I think it. I can't be exact. It was definitely close to $7,000.
Ooh,
Definitely.
nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
Yeah.
Ah, well
Yeah.
done. Fair play to you, man. That's wicked. That's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
money. It's a lot of money as well, just
Yeah.
for a couple of, a couple of hours here and there on the chart. And it's like, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, wicked stuff, dude. Wicked stuff. So trading isn't like most careers. There's a risk in it involved, right? So, when did you first realize how important risk management was in trading?
Well, I tell everyone whoever gets into this space, I think the best thing you can do is find a mentor that you listen to and trust.
Yeah,
Someone who's been there and done it. Yeah. So I have one, and he's an absolutely amazing man. And his number one rule is risk management. Number one, protect
per-
capital at all costs.
perfect. Love that. So have you just curious? Have you always been like a risk taker in life? I'm a risk taker. Just to throw that out there. Have you always been a risk taker,
Oh,
or is it just something that you were interested in
I,
general?
I tell you what it is. I think it's like life situations. I always played it safe. With working at Royce's, it was kind of good wage, you pay your bills and everything. And something happened where I became a full-time parent to my boys. So everything was on me. So family splits and I have the kids. And I realized that with only one income coming in, I needed more. I needed to do something. And I tried a number of things and then I came across trading.
What did
And for
what did
me,
what did you try before? Just out of curiosity.
so I tried a bit of all sorts. I tried a bit of e-commerce,
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to do the old, the selling items, being the middleman sort of
yeah.
thing. And then I found trading. And the thing I liked about trading, when I spoke to my mentor, was it's you against you.
It is, man.
Basically, the market is a mirror. It's a mirror of you. So your bad habits, if you've got any, it will show
I actually
in your
did.
result.
I actually just stopped you there. I did a reel on this, guys. I don't know if you remember. It was like your worst enemy is yourself, and it was
Yeah,
a bit of a comedy edit where, I have this guy called Mad Mike, this alter ego, and he's like the worst trader ever. Right?
yeah,
He doesn't listen. He just doesn't educate himself. He's just like, yeah, all
yeah,
in, and he's like pointing at himself in the mirror like it's you, but
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
did you ever feel uncomfortable like losing money?
Do you know? I'll tell you this, because the mentor I'm with, he's very extensive in the case of he wouldn't let me trade with real money straight away. He made me do the education first, then it was a demo account, and then it was, he'd check my results and he'd say, look where you've gone wrong, journal everything meticulous, because it's a process. The more that you get your psychology and your habits down to a T, that's when I believe you become a better trader. Yeah.
100%.
Um, so for me, when you say losing money, I was never losing a lot. It was
Right.
always like, because when I first started out, I've still got my screenshot of my first profitable trade. It was £7, and I
Oh
still
yeah, so
look
it's
at it
just
every.
it's just a bit of fun then you're just learning that. Yeah, it's nice that you did that, man,
Yeah,
because some people, I remember I was teaching it for a little bit before on Fiverr, and some Singaporean guy said to me, "Yep, I've deposited $70,000 into an account." I was like, "Mate, take that out right now. Do not. He's like, I've lost the. I was like, I've lost 20 grand of it already. I was like, dude, take that out right now. He's like, no, 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 because you need the real emotion. I was like, take it out right now. Go to a demo account. So it's nice that your mentor actually did that and was like,
It's
demo
brilliant.
account first, because sometimes like, some people are a little bit sketchy and they'll say, yeah, just jump in and you'll be fine and blah 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 blah. So,
Yeah,
how has your approach to risk changed over time, would you say?
I think it's like anything. When you start to feel more in control of what it is you're doing, so when you see setups, in your mind how far to take it. So for me, it's a game of percentages, and it's again, the percentage should never change. It should always be on the distance traveled and how far you're willing to give it. So for me, like with Traderscale, you're given a really good drawdown limit. So for me, you don't want to be risking anything more than 0.5%, really.
I don't
You
risk
know,
much.
you want
Yeah, that's correct.
you want a
I think
gradual because
I
you know,
don't think there's a correct or incorrect way to risk, because some guys I know risk 2% per trade and they do really well. They're way better than me. But I personally don't like to risk too much. I risk between 0.25 and 0.5%. And
yeah, yeah,
that's fine with me. Like I'm like, I don't care if I lose then. You could lose like six in a row, and even though that hurts and that happens,
yeah,
it doesn't hurt too much. It's like, oh well, it's whatever it is, in terms of the capital you've got. So let's talk about structure. What does your daily routine look like as a trader? Obviously, you're working for Rolls Royce. You're working probably like long hours, and you've got kids and stuff as well. You try and look after. So, are you strict with your trading hours, and what hours do you
I
trade?
am. I am. So the way I've mastered it now, because I've got a regular shift pattern. Ever since I've had my children full time, they put me on a day shift, so I do 8 till 4 every day. So I tend to think my kids won't wake up for school till 7 o'clock. So it might seem a bit extreme to people, but I like to trade Asia session as well. I've noticed there's always opportunities in the mid range of a Asia session between probably 3 and 5 o'clock. So I always set my alarm at 4 a.m. and I'll sit at my laptop, I'll have
Yeah,
my coffee, and my day starts from there. And I
you're
like
right.
to do, yeah, yeah,
There's a bit of
that's,
volume that comes in just towards the end of Asian session.
yeah, yeah,
There's a bit of that power coming in. It's like
yeah,
eight
yeah,
o'clock at London. So yeah, there will be opportunities definitely. And
yeah,
some people, and even if there's not, you can go down to the 5 or 15, and there'll be something that
yeah,
aligns with something. So, do you just do you journal? Do you track your trades? And
all the time,
how important do you think that is?
massively, because I've screenshotted every daily session I've ever done, and I've got my own Forex file, and I've gone back from the start, like my £7 trade. And over time, you will see where you've made mistakes. And then you will see, like for now, I'll give you an example. Last year, my volume of trades per day was probably between 6 and 8. Yeah.
Oof, that's a lot.
It's not, it's not now. It's 2 and 4.
Good
And
man.
I'm so much more profitable now
Yeah.
because I'm very selective in my entries and my exits. Whereas before, it just when I read it now, it gives me a headache because I just think, what was you doing? Like buying
Yeah.
here, selling there, buying here. There was
Yeah.
no clear basis of what I was doing. Yeah,
Yeah, I always look back at my first like sort of like 4 or 5 months of trading and my charts, but I didn't really have any guidance. I didn't really have a mentor. I was just going on YouTube, having a little look, and
yeah,
it just looks like a painting on Microsoft Word. There's all these lines and boxes everywhere.
yeah,
I'm like, what the
yeah.
fuck am I doing?
I did
Yeah,
the
no,
trade,
it's just funny, man. I always said it to my mates. I'm like, oh, I remember this like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
So, how important is it
yeah.
to have a routine like that to you?
Massively. I mean, for me now, I I don't know if it's a bout of OCD or it's something that you have to have as a trader, but I have to have everything aligned to feel ready. Like, yeah, I've had my coffee, I've had my alarm,
Oh,
everything's set, analysis, all done. And then it's like, right, now we can start the
so
day.
that's your little ritual. You got your alarm, you got your coffee. It's a little bit like mine. I'll have my alarm, my coffee, and then right, I'm like, okay, I'm okay for half an hour. I don't trade much to be honest now, but I do swing trades. But like, I'll put like one trade on a month. But I'll just have like a coffee, have a little look. If I see something, if one of my alerts goes off, I'll be like, right, boom, there you go. But yeah,
Right.
has to be a bit of a routine. Sometimes I like to go to the gym. I haven't been going that much recently. Tell a lie.
Yeah,
So
join the club.
so let's talk about discipline. an emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you keep your emotions in check when you're trading volatile markets? And I know you're trading Asian, which is not that volatile, but let's talk about previously when you were trading volatile markets. How did your emotions get affected? And would you say, how did you keep them in check?
It's quite easy, to be fair, and it's a very simple thing. Like my mentor says, if you set when you anytime you execute a trade, then rule number one, there has to be a stop loss. There has to be. If I lose, that's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
And if you do that right, you should never feel like,
Oh,
you shouldn't feel like everything's closing in on you. It should just be, it's okay. That's
yeah.
fine.
And
Trade
it doesn't
over.
ruin your day.
We move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
It
hit,
can do.
I've
Yeah. Yeah.
done, I mean, I've done that before, and it ruins your day. You lose like two or three, and I'm like, well, that one I shouldn't have taken that one, and that one was just not correct, like risk
Mhm.
early in the day and early in the days of trade, and then it just ruins your day, and then you
Yes.
can't concentrate, man. You're just like, oh, what was I doing there? Like, so yeah, it's nice. So what helps you stay disciplined then? What do you think?
My my goal, what I'm doing it for, which is my children. And
Brilliant. Love that.
over time that I have known, listening to my mentor and seeing the journey that I've been on with him, everything he's ever told me, it's one of them. It can go months and months where you feel like, God, this is hard. And then all of a sudden there's a light bulb moment and
Yeah.
you see your progress step by step, brick by brick. And I'm only 2 years in now. And I can honestly say I feel more in control than I've ever felt. So if I keep plugging away and doing the right things, it's just going to get better and better
You're
and
not going to
better.
get worse, man. You're not going to get worse
No,
unless you
no,
decide to
no.
change strategy and change your mentor and then go backwards again. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but if something's working, don't fix it. Don't fix it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So,
Yes.
was there any specific mindset shifts that you had maybe along the way?
Yeah, I think it had a big impact on me knowing that I had to be the sole um, parent. Everything was on me. So kind of like no room for error. And I brought that to my trading game.
Okay,
I
yeah.
tried to make it as error proof as possible because we know it's a game. We know it's a thing of probabilities. But if you stack the probabilities in your favor and you're safe with it, that's when trading doesn't become a risk. It becomes almost like a puzzle, and you're just trying every day to just solve that puzzle.
It is. It's like a little game, man. It's always ever changing as well. It's never you never see
Yeah,
the exact same setup. You see something very, very similar, but it's never the exact same. It's always a tiny bit different. So you're always like trying to play this game and trying to complete this game that kind of yeah. I treat it as a
yeah.
game myself, and it's quite a fun game, because there's no end to it really.
I wanted to add this as well when we was talking about stop losses. Something I forgot to mention. With me journaling all my daily sessions, I've noticed that my most profitable daily sessions, and this is no word of a lie, have been when I've hit a stop loss for my first trade. And the reason I say that is because it reveals something to me, a bias or a direction. So
Right.
I'll go, I get that now. That's why it's hit my stop loss. It's going the other way, right?
Right. Okay.
And so I've just changed the bias off the stop loss. And I'm telling you, this is why I say to people, don't be disheartened if your first trade goes wrong. Sit back, relax, learn from it, watch the markets, and it will reveal itself. And when it does, get
Yeah.
in. That 30 pip stop loss could be a 90 pip TP on the second trade,
Yeah. No.
and
Exactly.
then you're well up again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And even if you lose another two, you only need to win one, and you're back to break even. So it doesn't really, as long as your risk to reward ratio is, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. I like to do one to
Yeah.
twos to be fair. Because
Yeah.
I like a higher win ratio, but 1 to 3
Of
is what
course.
I think is great as well. 1 to 4. If you
Mm.
anything above 1 to 4, you're gonna expect you're gonna expect that heavy loss streak now and again. Like the 4, 5, 6 because of the flip a coin thing, right? Similar sort of thing. So,
Probably.
what emotions do you find hardest to manage? Would it be fear, greed, or frustration?
The hardest one now, I think it's, because I'll be honest with you, I've probably had the best 3 months of my trading career, and it's started with you guys because the parameters that are in place and the drawdown limits and everything. It's just made me such a better trader. So what I'm trying to do now is keep my feet on the ground.
Yeah,
I'm not when I've had a good day, just
yeah,
right. That's it. Just that's over now. We
yeah,
go to the next day. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's the hardest
And
one.
I
Keeping a lid on it.
I always say this, but there was a time where I won like 17 trades in a row, and I was like, I cannot lose. And it got to my
Yeah,
head. And then like 2 months later, I lost 13 in a row. And I was like, wow. You know what I mean?
yes,
It was just so you've got to keep the level head. It's quite hard to do, obviously, because you don't know unless you've been in that situation. You don't know, like trading's. No one teaches you trading at school, do they? So it's like or emotions to handle losses.
yeah,
I mean, unless you go to the casino regularly, I guess you know how to deal with that. But
yeah.
I don't really do that. So
No, not for me.
so
It's gambling.
well, exactly. It's just gambling then, is it? This is calculated gambling. So
This is calculated. Yeah.
it's like counting cards. You've got a bit of an advantage if you've got a bit of an edge, you know. But that's yeah, you get
Yeah.
in trouble for doing that. You don't with trading. So so
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. So what was the moment that forced you to grow as a trader? Was there something painful or eye-opening?
Yes. Well, I think most traders will have a story that it hurt. And for me, my mentor, if he was here now, he'd be able to tell you I was doing really well. I'd turned a little into a lot, and classic can't lose. Going,
Yeah.
strategy's gone out the window. I think I've seen this move. It's definitely going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going big.
Bang. Yeah.
Probably, I think 15% of my actual equity I went in, right?
Right.
And so I remember the figure now. I got it. I was at 9,000 and I lost 2,000 in a single trade.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's a killer.
I have to report back. And he was so angry because he
Yeah.
said, "What has got you to this point has been the whole discipline of listening. And in one day, you could have lost a lot." He said, "It's only that you was, probably lucky enough that you didn't move your stop losses because when your emotions, you could have started saying, no, it's going to turn, it's going to
Yeah,
turn, it's going
it
to turn."
will. It'll go, and then then it goes further. Yeah, and then you're like, oh shit, now I'm in too deep. Yeah, yeah.
So he did the best thing for me. He says, "I want you to take a break.
Nice.
Not, I'm telling you, I want you to walk away, take your 7 grand because you've made a lot of money. Go and study more, watch the markets, have a word with yourself." And I tell you what, that 3 month break was probably the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, sick,
Ever
man. I
done.
love that. I love that. That's really
Yeah,
good. Your mentor sounds like a great guy, man. I'm not gonna
he's
because
brilliant, mate.
I get some people that I talk to about trading and like, oh, my mentor. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't sound that great, but your mentor sounds like he's a really good guy, like a
Yeah,
real G.
he
So
is.
that's proper,
Yeah.
man. And how do you feel about Traderscale's platform? And we get a lot of people can complain about the consistency rule, but if you can master the consistency rule, you're literally all in if you can do that. So
I,
like.
I think it's a great thing. Honestly, I think it's one of the best rules on there because I think without knowing it, it improves your game.
It trains you
And
to become a professional. It does. If you can trade with
yeah,
the consistency rule, mate, you can literally trade as a professional trader. End
it
of.
becomes a business. It becomes a
Yeah,
business if you do it that way. It
one-
becomes your own personal business.
100%. I agree. Hannah, how do you feel about the platform, the dashboard, the trade scale?
I love it, mate. To be fair, you're the only people that I've ever done funded trading with, and I'll be honest with you, I can't speak highly enough of you. I mean, I know a few traders in the space, and I keep telling them, I says, listen, you're doing it all wrong. You want to go to Traderscale because not only you've got this great capital that they're letting you trade with, but they're also making you better traders with their rules and regulations. And trust me, even if first time you come again, I promise you now, if you listen and you do the right things, you will get that payout. And honestly, I can't speak highly enough of you.
Ah,
The
well,
payout
that's
instant, payout
very,
was instant.
really.
So
Yeah. So
it was
the
good.
payout took how many days? One or two? Was it?
Well, through Rise, because I did mine through Rise, it
Oh,
didn't
right.
take long at all. Did
No.
not take long at all. I think 3 days.
Yeah,
3 days.
perfect, man. Yeah, we say like we process it to Rise within 48 working hours, and then through Rise, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess they take another like 24 or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
fast, very, very fast.
yeah, we don't mess about with the payouts, man. We're pretty good at that, and
Yeah.
we know we are as well. We're pretty cocky about it as well, to be honest. We're the best. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. We're glad you're loving the platform, and like I said, Daniel, we're
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, there's a bit of thunder outside there. Oh, God, scares the shit out of me. That is. So we're like so happy to facilitate your growth, and see you've come a
Yeah.
long way, and you seem like you're very humble, nice guy. So congratulations on your $7,000. So now we're gonna just go into some advice for some other traders, some younger traders,
Yeah. Yeah.
and some maybe because I usually I don't ask too much about advice for people that have only got just beginning, but you seem like you're really on the other end of it. So this is
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
be quite nice for you guys listening. Daniel's obviously come up with some good stuff there, some really nice stuff to listen to, like taking a break, for example. We haven't had that one before. Having a great mentor, another one. So,
Mm.
and doing it a goal for his kids, which is beautiful. So, and what's your best advice for traders who can't stay consistent?
That can't stay consistent. Well, for me, number one, I've always said if you're going to get into this game, you need a mentor. That for me is your most important decision of your life in terms of trading because this is a space that you just can't enter and do it yourself. You need somebody who's been there and done it and who is going to try and make you learn from them mistakes. That's what they're there for. They're there to say, look, I've been where you are and I'm trying
Yeah.
to guide you. Just like, honestly, it's mad to say, but it's like being a parent. You've been there, you've made the mistakes, and that's a mentor. If you get, it's number one for me. If you get a good one, you're on to a winner. And the first thing they'll do is they'll make you consistent by the rules and regulations they put in place for their education.
Brilliant. Yeah, man. And I couldn't agree more. Because I was lost on YouTube and, signals groups for like 18 months. And I think if I just got the right mentor, no, don't get me wrong. It's hard to find a good one. But if you do find
It
a
is.
good one, you can do it in no time. If you listen and follow the rules and don't do like idiot things like losing 2 grand on a like
Yeah.
yeah. But
Most
that
expensive.
happens. That happens. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's not.
But it's
I've
I look at it. I look at it now. At the time, it was devastating, but I needed to feel that. I
Yeah.
needed to
You
because
need to have that.
clearly you do
100%.
because it's a make or break moment.
Yeah.
You can blame it on the markets and the ego gets involved, or you can take a long hard look in the mirror and go, "You're an idiot." You've got a mentor there that's telling you how to do things, and you've gone completely against everything you've learned, and that's the end result. So what do? You use your head and you say, "Stay the course, listen," and that's what'll happen. You'll get results like I've got with yourselves.
Brilliant. Love that. So another one now. What do you think something is most beginners overlook that is quite serious that you shouldn't?
That we're dealing with real money here, and no, rule number one in anything is protect.
Love that.
That goes missing. When you get a profit, you forget about what it is you started with. That's what you protect at all times,
100%.
every time.
I've done that myself. I think, oh, I've got that now. And then you're like, wait there, I could buy a car with that. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
and then you lose one. You're like, wait, that could have been like a whole new wardrobe for me. Why did I take that trade? Just like you think it's just numbers on the screen, right? But if you withdraw it, you're like, yeah, that's a good one. I like that. What systems has helped you stay consistent and what's motivated you as well? I know you said your kids, but is there anything else?
I think. Well, the systems in terms of what trading systems I use.
Yeah, no, is it just as in like systems like your routine and
Yeah,
or something like your regular chats with your mentor or regular chats with a friend or something.
that is my biggest one. I mean, I know I've spoke highly of him, but I've got a lot of love for the guy, and
Yeah,
I've never known a man that has literally he's a busy man. He's got a lot of people, but I'm telling you now, if I message him and say, "Look, I'm going through this or I'm going through that," he really cares, and that's my best advice to anybody with your strategies and all that. It all comes from your mentor, and you'll know when you truly want to go. You can do it alone because you won't need to keep ringing them.
yeah, perfect. Love that. So, if
Yeah.
someone's listening now who wants to
Yeah,
improve their trading in the next 30 days, what's the one thing you think they should focus on?
themselves.
Nice. That's really, really
100%.
solid. Yeah.
100% themselves, because this is a game of you versus you, because the
Yeah.
markets are the markets. They will do what they want to do. And it's not just for you, it's not your personal reality, it's everybody's reality. It's moving the same for everybody. It's how you handle it. And it's all a game of how can you improve yourself daily? And ego and all that needs to be left at the door. There should be no ego in trading because the markets will humble you very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
need to be very robotic in your approach, and it is a game of probabilities. And the more that you are at your best level, and this ain't just about your trading, but mentally and physically, I believe, the more you look after yourself, it will reflect in your trading because you know you're in a better state of mind.
I think
And
so.
I always say to people, I will not trade if I'm going through any traumas or any dilemmas in my personal life,
Oh,
because
mate,
if you take
mate, I 100% agree. Like, I honestly,
yeah,
my wife left me a few months ago, and I haven't traded since. Like, I
yeah,
just literally, I just chucked it away. I was like, nah, I can't do it at the
no,
moment. I'm not right. I'm not ready for it yet. You know what I mean?
you're not
Like,
ready.
yeah. So I 100% agree with that, man. It's one of those things. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
happens, and unfortunately it did. But yeah, that trauma thing. If it's something's going on in your life, you're not happy, mate. That is
do
banging
not trade.
advice. That is, yeah. So, describe your trading journey in 3 words, and then
Yeah,
what after that? What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
very hard to simplify it to 3 words. It's been such a journey. Um, an epic journey.
An epic journey. All right, cool. I like
Mm.
that. And so, the best piece of advice you've received from another trader?
It's you against you. That
You
was
again.
for me that was the crystallizing moment. When you
Okay.
really put that into perspective, it's you against you. You, you just work on yourself all the time, and it will show eventually in your
Yeah,
trading.
that's brilliant, man. So, last one. If you could sit down with any trader through history, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Mm. Do you know? And I don't mean to. Do you know? Because I've been so tunnel visioned in my approach, I have. I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of traders because I'll be honest with you. I've been so immersed in my own journey and my mentor. I don't know if this is a bad thing, but I kind of like that's been
Good,
my
mate.
vision, you
I
know?
think that's good,
Yeah,
man. I think you found something that works and you're not bothered about outside noise. Because outside
yeah,
noise can sometimes, oh, bloody hell, what's his name? He's selling and he's got like 100,000 followers, but my mentor's
yeah.
buying. That's gonna always affect up there. I used to do it myself. I used to be like, well, he's selling, he's buying, and then, that was it. So,
I don't know. I don't know if this what I thought set my mentor apart. Even though he has a group where he will help people with signals, the one thing that he made very clear to me from the start was, I don't want you to rely on me.
yeah, I
I
know.
want you to learn the fundamentals of what I teach you, discipline, psychology, risk management. But ultimately, what I want you to do is study that hard that you find what works for you. And that's when you will be the best trader you can be because
Brilliant.
you will know your strategy better than everyone else. And I don't even look at his signals anymore. And don't get me wrong, he's fantastic in what he does and he's a very profitable man.
You don't even need
But I
it.
think to myself, I need to do this myself because
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm
because
ever going to
like
be
maybe
on my own.
got like touch wood, he passes or he goes, like into the woods or something, and or I don't know, yeah, like stuff like that. You got to take into consideration, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I mean? He might be old, you don't know. So, mate, that was absolutely brilliant, and like so that about wraps it up. So, thank you, Dan, for
Yeah.
coming on. It's
You're all
been
right.
really, really
Thank
good. It's
you.
been a
Thanks for having me.
pleasure to have you with us. And honestly, mate, wish you all success in the future. And we are buzzing that we are able to facilitate your success. Just keep it going now, and you'll be
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah,
So, guys, if you like this interview, don't forget to like and subscribe and chuck a comment if you want me to ask a certain question that you need answering from one of the traders that are successful with us. And yeah, if you found this inspiring, resonated, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So, ciao for now. Trader Skills Success Stories out.